With Apex 2013, we've added a new source type that allows users to quickly integrate random emitting sources into their optical system model. Let's see how that works using this simple singlet lens system. Under the Sources tab, I go up here and click on Emitting Disk or Rectangle. We see that we have two types available: disk types, which are used to represent elliptical or circular sources, and rectangular types that are used to represent rectangular or square sources. In this example, I'll choose a disk type source. Click on Insert at the bottom of the window, and we see that an elliptical source has been inserted at the origin of the coordinate system. We see in the SolidWorks Feature Manager design tree that this source is actually represented by a part. Like any other part, I can use the part triad to move that source around as necessary. If I want to change the size of the source, I right-click and choose Edit Sketch. We see that the default size is 25 in both the X and the Y directions. For this example, I'm going to change that to 5. Going back to the Optics Manager, I see that the source is located right here. I'm going to right-click on this and click on Edit to bring up the Property Manager window for that source. We can see from this window that, as with other sources, we can set the total flux, total number of rays, and the wavelength. By default, the rays are emitted into the hemisphere. However, I can use these two entries here to restrict the light to a smaller cone angle. In this case, I'll set both the X and the Y half angles to 10. If I want to define a collimated beam, I merely set both of these entries to 0. In that case, all of the rays will have the same direction, but they will be randomly distributed across the surface of the emitting source. Another thing we should notice is the isotropic emission option near the top of the Property Manager window. By default, the intensity distribution of this emitting disk is a Lambertian. However, if I check this box here, the intensity distribution will be isotropic, which is more representative of that from a point source. Another thing we should note is while this Property Manager window is open, a yellow arrow is displayed on the screen in the graphics area. This gives us a general idea of which way the rays are pointing. Let's click on OK in the Property Manager window and do a ray trace. Here I can see that the rays indeed have been confined to a plus or minus 10-degree cone as they pass through the lens. And that's just a quick overview of the new emitting disk and rectangle source option.